It's time for Mike Erie's show. He's ripping off Cullinane. He wants to find some fans to talk to, 'cause he's lonely on Saturdays. Mike was told to come up with something, and I guess this is what he did. We should give him some points for trying. Kirk wants to know what the point of this is. Just a warning for all you guys. You'll never get this hour back in your life. This is Mike and the Minifans. Mike is talking with you. This is Mike and the Minifans. Mike is talking with you. This is Mike and the Minifans. This is Mike and the Minifans. Mike is talking with you.
Let's see if we can get through this one without a fight, shall we? Can everyone remain calm for a week? I feel like it was a fun week of podcasting. Everyone was getting along. It was silly episodes. Let's try and have that for a week here, for Christ's sake. I'm going to ask that no one storms off. I don't have to kick anyone out. That'd be nice for a week. Can we all just be friends? I doubt it with the group of maniacs that I've assembled here. Bring them in, Justin. This will be strange because Justin and I are doing this from different locations. So we'll see how he pulls it off. I got to say, Will did a pretty good job with trash talk the other night. The bar has been set high. Can Justin exceed Will? I don't know, kids. I don't know what we're going to get into here on Mike and the Minifans. What a lineup tonight. We've got the controversial John from Scranton, my buddy Matt from Providence back after a week off, and the Vern Troyer of the Minifan world, Menners. What's going on, guys?
Hey, Mike, are those new sunglasses? They look nice.
They're different, yeah. Thank you very much. These are unisex. I'm trying to be more inclusive to all kinds here on Mike and the Minifans. You know?
Non-gender specific?
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Matt, do you feel rusty? Were you offended that you had to sit out a week? You were all riled up at me. What the hell was that?
You can't take a little ball busting. See, that's what I don't understand. Everybody's getting upset. Even Kirk. Oh, well, a fake fight, a fake this. Can we not all agree on the fact that it would have been extremely boring if I sat here and said, excuse me, John, I was wondering what your intentions for the show are. Like, my skepticism was legitimate.
Can we all agree, though, you sounded like a fucking asshole, though? Like, you got off your high horse for today's show, which is nice. But, yeah, there was a bit of Steve Robinson there looking down your nose at poor Joe.
Matt, I disagree. I think the only time you sounded like an asshole when you were – and MHB used to do this, too. This is my criticism of MHB, where he'd get called out for something for being too mad, and then halfway through he'd go, I mean, obviously I'm kidding. And then get back into the mad character. And it's like, well, you can't do both. You got to be kidding or not. What are you doing?
I definitely didn't handle it great. I mean, it was kind of heated back and forth, and I lost my head a little bit. Shit happens, I don't hate John.
I said it to you, Matt. Yeah, I said it to you, Matt, in the DM after. I was like, everyone's saying this was fake. It's wrong. I mean, this was as real as it gets. The fact that Matt said was fake was he built it up as much as he could and was. He doesn't hate me.
I don't know if it's as real as it gets. It was about brackets for parody accounts.
I mean,
he didn't be more real than that, I suppose.
Like we weren't faking anything. Like he didn't like the bracket. I liked the bracket. We were defending it. That's called a fight. We were fighting. Yeah. So it wasn't a fake fight, anyone. Do me and Matt hate each other? No. Maybe we disagreed at that point in time, but we don't hate each other.
Yeah, exactly. Like I had some skepticism. I wanted to ask my questions, and I figured it would be a little bit more fun if I kind of, put on this better than everybody else kind of act and was a dickhead. Because there are so many people out there that hate me. I fucking loved seeing it go right up their ass all over. It was unbelievable. It was very satisfying.
You have one heckler on Twitter. I don't know if it's so many people hate you.
Waterhammer comes after me every day. Joe Hennessy comes after me every day.
Joe Hennessy. That sounds like a name I just muted. He might come after me too. I don't know. That sounds like
he has no picture. Here's the thing about Joe Hennessy. He keeps it he's the most unbiased opinion. He hates everybody, I guess.
That is the thing about I always say that about Joe Hennessy. You love him or hate him. You got
I would say more of my haters came out in the last 2 weeks or so.
Well, that's what happens when you rise to stardom.
You did coin the name. You did coin the name Mad from Providence. I like that.
Manners, what was your take on all this? I remember you shitting on Matt a little bit, if I recall. Not to dig this up too much, but
we're already doing it. Let's keep going.
I actually re-listened to
Let's go. Fuck you, Matt.
I just had a real problem with Matt's kind of condescending attitude and trying to sort of make these sort of fake divisions and fake lines in the Minahan world. Trying to sort of look down at the Mincels that they were trying to come in and steal clout or whatever. That really annoyed me. I think the lowest point in Matt's performance was when he said, "We made the joke." Matt, you didn't make the joke. The only person who made the joke was one Kirk Minahan. You just came along for the ride.
I'll give you that.
And so I just thought,
fair enough.
I really like you, Matt. But I think as this show grows, we don't need divisions within the world of trying to put off the Mincels. Like the bracket was fun for them. They're dumb kids. Look at Joe, fucking lunatic. So if they like the bracket, that's good for them.
It's not over.
So I think we should encourage them.
I forgot about that.
I noticed you guys did take my advice a little bit. The promotion did slow down a tad after we had our conversation.
Let's talk about your professional advice you gave me. So we went from 10,000 views, which I said. We had 10,000 views the first week. Guess how many?
How many of those
now?
were bought?
We're under 100 now because of your professional.
Yeah, you stopped paying.
Thanks a lot.
You had 10,000 views in the first week. That can't be right.
10,000 votes in the first.
10,000 votes.
We're getting about 100. Yeah. No.
Also, you got to remember, Kirk was out.
We're getting close to.
Yeah.
Kirk was out, and there were no shows that week.
That stuff loses steam, anyways. It's unavoidable.
A day now. Yeah.
Who's left in that bracket?
I don't
have
get
too deep into it, but
yeah, we won't. But I don't have it pulled up right now. But I know DEC in my bracket's facing Patrick of the Discord, so it's kind of like former president versus president. There's some good matches.
That a Discord president would sneak through to this far. Makes sense.
Speaking of the Discord,
yes. I mean, that's fair. I mean, it's really at this point it's very Discord heavy. Guys that are big in Discord are making it through. Like last round,
well, that's going to happen. Those guys are equipped for a bracket, for a tournament style.
Yeah. I mean,
imagine if the Mincels can buy views, they can buy votes pretty easily.
Right. Oh, dude, don't worry. You know how many views we're going to have, or votes we're going to have? We close to 1 million Menners. So,
you guys are really making a name for yourself.
For all the shit that I got for giving everybody, for all the shit that I got for giving you guys shit. Yeah, it is pretty interesting how 2 weeks later here we find ourselves in the middle of this investigation.
Oh yeah,
well, I'm not gonna say I told you so to anybody, or I'm not gonna. But it's just
So John was or Joe. Do you go by Joe or John now? Which do you prefer?
Well, I mean, it's whatever Kirk says, right, and so he's almost on the way to John, so we're kind of in the middle. So I don't know what to do with
Joe was my lead suspect. You're not anymore. Don't worry. Calm down. But you were my guy for a while. How do you explain yourself? I know you did on the show, but it seems
I can tell
like
you how he explains himself, like a blubbering fucking mess.
It seems like
I sent him a Twitter message, which was about 2 or 3 a.m. Saturday morning, US time, and I just said to him, in the message, I think you might have bought these views, and he fucking went off.
Oh,
sent me like absolute
at 3 a.m. when
so many messages, essays and essays. I'll give you a taste of it. Manners, I'm sick to my stomach over this man. This is what I get, I guess. I'll fight till I die. And then I think the main sort of twig to me that he's probably lying is this one. There's a big lie here. He starts off the message saying, "Sorry, I'm playing Harry Potter trivia." And then he goes on with the message, and then he says, I work hard for this show. I'm a grown-ass man. I wouldn't do this. So he's just said he's playing Harry Potter trivia, and then he's finished it by, I'm a grown-ass man. Your lies are just all over the place, mate. So I'm still waiting for Justin's file.
So you think it's him, Manners?
No, I don't think it's him. I actually don't think anyone bought them.
Who do you think it is?
Absolute Steve Robinson bullshit. Probably some Russian bot just clicked on it a few times, and then because Robinson's a fuckwit and he wants to accuse the Minifans of doing bad stuff all the time, he likes to shit on them, which we saw repeatedly during the week. How he turned on the Minifans on those phone calls like at a drop of a hat, just doesn't give a shit. So I think it's a storm in a teacup. The Mincels are probably innocent, but I still need the file from Justin because, if there is some dodgy stuff coming out of Scranton, then maybe there is something to this. I mean,
now you really think Steve would jeopardize the YouTube page like that? Though?
Yeah, well, I gotta ask, what would be?
I'm saying there was never any bought views. There was never any bought views.
Oh, there were definitely bought views.
No,
there were definitely bought views.
Definitely bought.
There had to be.
I mean, it jumped up to 4,000, and then it jumped back down,
and then they all left
the next day.
That could be like a bot or something, you know.
That could be bought views.
That has happened to our show for 3 weeks now. So our first episode we had whatever. Second show we were up at 3, and then it jumps down to whatever it's at now.
Really?
Third episode, it was very small.
Waving your hand, you're very defensive.
Honestly, I do remember one time. I do remember one time seeing Phil saying something in the Discord where he was like, "I don't understand what's going on. We're losing views like crazy."
Yeah,
he's like, "How are they?"
What made me think it was that Phil guy is that someone told me that he's
the
big.
Color of his skin. Apparently,
he's talking about views constantly in Discord. He's like, I have more views. We have more views than Mike's show or Quantum Week.
Yeah,
this is bullshit with views. He's obsessed with views.
Yeah, so the show was. Go ahead, Matt.
No, I was going to say I wouldn't want to, call Phil out or anything, because even when I try to help him out and give him good information, he jumps down my throat and gives me shit. But I have seen him say a couple things that have just been like, that doesn't seem like something someone who hasn't tried to buy views before would say. And
so that's what I was just going to say. That's a good rebuttal for us. Yeah. So within the last week, we were compared to Quantum Week, which is one of the main arguments.
It's just a natural comparison. When you're up there with the greats, that's what you're going to be compared.
It's a natural comparison. The only time that was ever compared was us in Quantum Week. That's fine. But then after that, we just start seeing the views double, triple, and we were like, well, we're gonna fucking brag about this. Fuck you guys. You try to show us up, and we're gonna. Gang, I was like, you know what, guys? What we're doing, it's working.
Lightning in a bottle.
I was like. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I'm a genius.
You have no idea what happened.
We have no idea what happened. So when this broke, it was morning. I had to Google, can you buy views? And then I see on the top, it's legal. It's legal, and it could affect you if you have Google ads. And then I'm trying to figure out, because I want to find out who this is too, how you find out. Yeah, how you find out if someone did it for you. But how do you do that? You can't.
Your crazy eyes aren't doing you any favors. I'm telling you, John. I'm sorry.
You're crazy.
I mean, I'll be honest. My thought on it is, and it's kind of been my thought from the beginning. I feel like either someone in the show or someone very close to the show did it as a joke, thinking like it would be funny, not realizing the possible ramifications of it, and now being so deep in it, it's like you can't just say it was a joke because it's.
Yeah. But I would say, I would admit this, is buying a realistic amount of views funny? Like I said on the show this week, it'd be funny if you guys bought 200,000 views.
Funny from the point of view, from the point of view where they can respond and say, "Ha, fuck you! Now we're beating Quantum."
Yeah, exactly. So but then would you go brag about it after that and just make yourself we know how easy it is to get the analytics. You guys could just pull that up and you saw it. We have. I mean, thank you. And I forgot to thank our 10 loyal fans in Saudi Arabia and everything. But I know they're tuning in now. But why would we know how easy it is to pull that information? I mean, you got to be a real dummy. I mean, when our tech guys went in and looked at this, it's kind of like, yo, you guys can't be this stupid.
Right. When you have the likes of Will and Justin looking at it, then you know you're fucked. That's what I've always said.
I will say John volunteered all his bank accounts very late at night. He was going to send them all over to me when he was hammered. I didn't take them because
I don't want your fucking bank accounts.
But quite seriously, who just has one bank account? I mean, if you're going to do this properly, you probably got a couple of accounts that you use for your Russian activity. So that wasn't going to fly with me. But yeah, the investigation's still going on. I'm waiting for Justin to send me all the information.
So there are a lot of moving parts in this investigation here, because I was under the impression that DEC would be conducting it. Now it seems like Justin's doing a lot of the legwork. Then I hear Menners is involved. It's getting very unwieldy.
Direct quote from DEC the night he was picked. I couldn't have any less care in the world about a topic than this, and he had no idea what it was about.
from a
what kind of organization are you guys running here?
From an investigator appointed by Kirk Minahan said that?
Yeah. Well,
That
it was
disappointing.
maybe he didn't listen. He didn't listen to the episode. I'm not trying to incriminate him, but he was like, I don't know what
I
this
think
is
you
about.
are, my friend.
And,
I think DC
Well,
should be
yeah.
thrown off this case if that's his attitude. I want him out. Justin's been,
Well, I
Justin's
don't think
been
he's
working
on the
day
case.
and night.
Justin's going insane over it. You could see it's affecting him. He's like
really is.
apologizing.
You are already insane. I mean, Jesus.
I'll say this:
Yeah,
I know,
dude,
I do know some things that will not. Will don't worry about it, but they'll be revealed Monday, perhaps. But Justin is talking to me about them like they are. It's like it's the Zapruder film. Like he doesn't want anything to get out there too soon. He's very concerned about all this. Justin has all the information, and I will say it sounds like someone's fucked.
He's
Someone's ass is raw hide.
The worst person.
I don't agree with that, Menace. I think he's a great interrogator.
I mean, how do you prove this? Can anyone explain how you do? What would be the definitive proof? Like you would have to have a bank transaction, right?
No idea.
Yeah, or an email. If we figured out where the views came from, if there was some sort of email attached, maybe something like that. I don't know what. Hey, I'm not an investigator. I'm not law enforcement. Like Justin.
You did seem
John's demeanor just changed drastically.
But Joe, you did seem very concerned about your role in the Minifan world much earlier this morning, your time. When you're drunk, often your true feelings come out. But this Mincel show is a big part of your life. So
I don't even know if that's true, by the way. People say that all the time, but I don't. A lot of drunk people sound like fucking assholes that just aren't making sense.
Yeah, but true feelings always come out when
believe
you're
me, I'm not speaking from any experience, but
what I'm saying is there's a motive to buy these views, which is to increase the standing on the YouTube channel.
Well, honestly, with the timing and everything, I was shocked that I wasn't brought up as a suspect on the show. I was waiting for it.
You were.
And it never.
You were.
No, I mean, like between Mike,
the
Kirk, and Steve, I was sitting there waiting for it to get.
I wouldn't think you would do. So, to be quite honest, I don't think the person that did this was doing it as a joke or was doing it to fuck over the Mincel Intel guys. Because I don't think I'm trying to think of who I thought of originally. Fuck. Whatever name came up first. Whatever name came up first, I kind of discounted because I was like, no one would do that. Oh, Pistol Pete. I said I don't think he would do. He wouldn't do that to cost us the YouTube page because I don't think that kid would think, oh, if I buy 3,000 YouTube views, they're gonna get their page taken away from them. I don't think that would be the first thought.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't even know that's a possibility.
Yeah, so I don't think it was Matt. I think it had to be one of the guys on that show or my prime suspect, Rich Keller.
See, I don't think that Rich would do it because, as far as I know, aren't him and Phil pretty they talk and stuff? Not to the point where Rich would want to fuck you guys over.
Yeah, he wouldn't. I don't think it's.
Well, the reason I think that it is because he would think he's doing those guys a favor, not realizing that he's fucking them over.
Yeah,
and that's possible, John.
It's kind of funny that he's Voldemort for this world. You don't even like to speak his name, but there's just a fear that he's he's Voldemort. He's Voldemort.
He's not Voldemort.
Well,
he's not Voldemort. He's just some fucking drip who was so unentertaining. Anytime a microphone was put in front of him, it was just the worst entertainment killer, show killer.
You never liked him?
In the end, why he was axed because he's a fucking lunatic who can't string a sentence together. So he's not Voldemort. Don't give him that much credit. I don't know if he's some.
Yeah, that's kind of what he wants. That's what he wants.
We're giving him material right now. He'll be on Twitter in 2 minutes, flipping out about this.
They need to talk about me. Mike needs to talk about me.
He'll be on Twitter trying to sell his fucking stickers again to people. So yeah. Anyway, I wanted to ask you guys.
When the guilty party is found, what would you have done with them? What's the proper punishment? You think?
I mean, unless it's got to be real definitive. You got to show that something was bought. I don't know what you do with them. That's up to Kirk. That's not up to us. I hope if they're
right now.
That was
you heard what I said on the show. I said crucifixion on the show, but I don't think that's allowed. But I don't know.
I think
don't know
what exposure to Corona.
I don't know. John's tone is. Is anyone else noticing that John's tone is changing? It's almost like he's getting a little more, a little more reserved, a little more nervous.
He has been up all night.
No.
He's leaning more towards you really need to have solid proof.
Notes.
If you don't have concrete evidence, you cannot prosecute.
Yeah, all of a sudden we can't. A few days ago he was crucifying people. Now all of a sudden, well, let's be rational here, fellas. Who knows?
They know who did it. Oh, let's forget it.
Yeah.
All right.
I honestly no. I don't think it was one of my guys. We're a good group of kids, and we love this show and we have fun doing it. Oh, my girlfriend actually just said it was her. My girlfriend just said it was her.
Oh, good. All right, we've got a.
Do you think it could have possibly been like another member of the Discord who just thought they were helping you out?
That's what I think it was. Someone saw that and saw that tweet and did it just to like say that to us. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's looking like there's no other way to, or no other person to punish but us for it. I mean, I don't know. We've gotten nothing from it,
Manners, to your theory about the boob bots, as I believe you called them,
yes.
I would just ask this question: why wouldn't the OG Minifans show that also showed pictures have the same results?
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, good point. Firstly, I was very upset when you guys characterized my investigation as being unprofessional.
I'm very sorry about that.
There were no boob photos. I take very close attention to those graphic shots of Brandon's
I have noticed that. You do.
And on that particular shot, there was listed a lot of porn channels. I don't know if you noticed, but on the Mincel show, they had Pornhub. They had them all listed on the photo. So that might be a little bit of a thing that bots are looking for. I think it said Pornhub, Red, whatever. I didn't, when I screenshotted it, I got the breasts right in the middle, not the writing. But so that's definitely a possibility. That there was a bot scanning, saw the text, saw the boobs, and was like, okay, let's funnel this to some Russian breast site.
Is the speaking of Russians, is the Steve stuff with you becoming
I thought we were going to go to
forced
breasts, but I would have preferred to go to breasts.
We can get into whatever. We can get into breasts a little late. We'll save that for the after hours program that I do. But is the Steve stuff getting forced with you where you feel, and I don't even mean that as a criticism necessarily, where you feel like you have to keep doing that, or no?
What do you mean?
You genuinely hate him. Like the thought that your instinct is to blame him for this.
Oh, no,
that's
no,
obviously
no. I'm very neutral about this, very unbiased.
Okay.
But with the Steve thing, it's not forced at all. After I got him suspended, the kind of some of the hate dissipated because I feel like I own him a little bit, and I'm certainly in his head the way he was snapping all week. But as I said, I've moved from hating him to being his watchdog. I mean, I'm getting lies sent to me every day. They're just building up. I've got to call in and talk to Kirk this week because I need to get some answers out of him. But yeah, it's still moving. The Steve Robinson investigation is going to continue, and perhaps he won't survive the coronavirus. I've got a lot of time on my hands now. So
excellent. All right. What kind of
answers
do you want to
Kirk? Desperate for work.
What are some things you would want to ask Kirk? Maybe we can get the answers right away on Monday.
I know. So now I'm going to call.
You want to save
this? Yeah. Well, right, firstly, enough. I love the phone-in thing. I don't know what you guys think, but I've loved them taking calls all week. I think that's been a lot of fun. Doesn't work out with the time here, but yeah, I think the phone calls have been great.
I mean, I think people need to know what the fuck they want to talk about if they're going to call in, though.
Yeah, you got to.
How many times do people call and say, "Oh, I just didn't think I was going to get through"? When you have people who actually, some people have stuff planned, little fucking bits or whatever, and they call 60 times and they can't get.
Because even when there's sometimes where people have a plan and then don't have can't answer a follow-up question, but at least they came with something. I hate when it's, and I would get a lot more of these when I was doing the call-in show, where it's just like a giggle and a hang up. It's like, well, what? I mean, I guess that's funny for a second, but like, what am I going to do with that?
Like that Abdul bit could have been really funny if they had more than one line ready.
Yeah. But we get things like Dan Katz calling in, so that was enjoyable.
Yeah. And Blind Mike's dad, that was good too.
Yes. Blind Mike's dad. He was another one though. He really could have gone to town on Alba if he had more material. But it sounds like he was going to town on her. But.
I want that sound.
Sounded like she was going to town on him.
What'd you say, John?
I said I want that sound clip of you saying my dad could have gone to town on Alba real bad.
I'm sure Steve has that cut up as we speak.
Steve has that already cut.
Yeah. It's weird. I don't hear a lot of Steve clips, but there are a lot of mic drops. I noticed. I don't know why. I can't think of what that is.
It's weird.
It's strange. Weird. I wish I'd have said that is one thing I wish I could operate. I wouldn't be able to see it anyways, but I wish I had my own sound. Yeah, we're gonna get a lot of hums. But whatever whatever Steve's thing is. I want that on
that
my
was hurting
side.
my head the other day. That was because I was trying to figure out if it was actually you guys talking or the was like, yeah.
So I knew I did that, and like sometimes I do it on like just to if there's nothing going on, I'll just do it. But I did not know.
Yeah.
I didn't know I did it 60 times a show or whatever the fuck it was. Ooh, that was
someone could do that.
Someone could do that
with. Someone could do that with me. I always say, you know what I'm talking about after. It's just like one of those.
I have
things
a few.
You do
There's something else I say that someone tweets at me. I think I say you know what I mean a lot, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Kirk hates that too because that's a tell of like you're like
you know what I mean?
Classic radio guy. Yeah, you know what I mean is like a classic. I'm just preaching kind of a thing. So you know what I mean.
I've been noticing a lot in like a lot of stand-up specials, and I'm doing it now. So who am I to criticize it? But in a lot of stand-up specials lately, like with younger guys, they like. So I'm like, and he's like, and then like Pete Davidson did it an obnoxious amount of times. Where it's you gotta do something to curb that.
And
it's in my head now. So.
Once the listener starts hearing that, they can't get it out of their head too. It's like poison.
You can't unhear it. That's why I was very conscious of it on Friday because I know now anytime I do it, it's going to be at the forefront of someone's head.
Hey, speaking of Friday's show, Mike, I've got there was an historic moment in the show, and maybe you guys picked it up. I think for the first time ever, you actually pulled up Kirk on something. Like I don't know if you just forgot your place on the show, or you forgot some balls for a change. But Kirk said that Tim from Cannes and Governed by Fear are going to do a good show, and you were like, Kirk, why are you saying?
How do you know?
Because you'd never heard Governed by Fear actually on a show, and you were quite serious about it. Is this the beginning of the new Mike? There's actually a tiny.
Watch out, folks! I'm coming.
Got a little bit of confidence going now.
This is the Corona Mike.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. I feel like I've said shit like that before, but maybe not. But yeah, it was just funny because he was like, "Oh, that'll be a good show. Governed by Fear is good." I was like, "Well, how do you have any idea? Like, he's good on Twitter for sure, but he might not be able to speak. We don't know
like under that mask. Yeah, we don't know what he looks like under that mask, let alone his avatar.
Exactly.
Did you piss your pants after you said it, Mike?
No, I didn't think about it until now. I didn't realize it was so ballsy. I thought it was just a throwaway comment.
It was ballsy for you, not for a normal person.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Growing up, maybe. What else did you guys think? So I thought the shows were all very good, light, like the type of shows I enjoy listening to. It's amazing. It kind of shows Kirk's ability with nothing to talk about every day that we didn't. I mean, we did a little coronavirus every day, I think, but not a lot.
I think the best part is seeing Kirk and Steve going back and forth at it right now. I love it.
Steve is really has his heels dug in on this coronavirus issue. Very angry about it and very paranoid, I guess might be the word.
Yeah.
Hopefully
I don't know what's going on in his head.
What's that, Manners?
Hopefully it kills him. It could be like a modern day martyr. The person that was prophesizing about the fury of this pandemic, and we all laughed at him, but he could be sort of the Jesus Christ of the Kirk Minahan world. Dies sort of for our sins. What?
You're going to give him that great? You're going to give him that great position?
Well, I'm not a big religious guy, so
so it's not that high a position for men.
Not that high a position, but
godless heathen.
As martyrs goes, he's pretty well known. What was the other one? The one that was burned at the stake. And that'd be another way for him to go. If he got coronavirus, we'd burn him at the stake.
Yeah, it'd be fun for all of us. We'd gather around, sell tickets.
Those are different. Those are different types of gods, Manners.
What? How's Australia, Manners? You said it's worse than here.
So it's catching up here now. It's almost lockdown. The Prime Minister's going to announce pretty soon a lockdown similar to you guys, but the streets are empty. They closed all the beaches yesterday. It's pretty scary. My cafe is a ghost town. It's just a very weird time. I'm going to be.
Your cafe is a ghost town because everyone's seen the Yelp reviews. It's such a terrible.
Hey, Mike, Matt from Providence had to leave. He wasn't.
Matt from Providence had to leave.
Yeah, he said.
For what reason?
Yeah, he was going to shit his pants. He said
he wasn't feeling good.
He said he has a really bad headache and all the voice.
Tell you what.
The voice.
Why wouldn't he say that to us?
Well, I don't know.
Can they hear you on air, Justin? Or am I just ranting myself? All right,
they can.
Justin, you can say it if you like.
No, let's not.
Hey, welcome to
Justin. Justin, join us. Come on in. This will be fun.
He did a good intern show last night. It was very good, except for the fact you could hear his beard rubbing against his microphone the whole time. Sounds like bells.
How do you how do you feel about the? Were you comfortable last night with the intern show, Justin? How are you guys hitting your stride?
Yeah. I mean, I thought there was something brought up in the intern show that I knew nothing about.
What's that?
I think someone on the intern show. Let's just say
Nick's engaged. Nick's engagement.
Nick's engaged.
Nick's engaged. He's a virgin. He's basically some Midwest freak. I mean,
Kirk was right about this kid. He is a
he's absolutely right.
Oh God! Oh, Kirk was 100% right. I got to watch this episode now. Usually I skip the intern show, but
I knew nothing about this, and then Will mentions it, and I freak out. I go, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah,
this is great promotion for the intern show. I got to watch this. Now.
And
So
Nick
Will's
goes,
Nick's a serial killer.
I told you not to talk about it. And Will's
said
like,
that.
Yeah. And then Will's like, well, now he did the same thing when he gave out my number. He's like, well, now you can just do something to me. And I'm like, Will, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
Will, I like. Here's the thing: is I don't want it to be an ongoing bit that I hate Will. I have no problem with Will, but at every turn, the kid fucks something up or says something stupid, or he's just a mess of a human being. Like
because he's stoned out of his mind all the time.
Justin seems like just a brilliant, insightful mind compared to Will. Like that's how deep this well is for Will.
That was so funny.
Justin just came as you said that.
You got it, buddy. You've been doing great work.
So Nick's got. He's getting married to have sex. I guarantee there's a 75% chance he'll be divorced within the next few years.
So how old is Nick? Do we know?
He's like 21. So fucking hell. I don't want to.
Christ.
Yeah. I think
I don't want to spend too much time on the internet.
As usual for Kirk, the greatest broadcaster in history, his instincts were completely right.
100. I got to stop doubting the fucking guy. I try. As much as people say I'm a yes man, I doubt the guy at every turn, and he always proves me right. What the fuck am I supposed? Proves me wrong, rather. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
What did you think of Kirk smashing the Brandy appearance on the Minifans show?
Oh yeah, he didn't seem to like that.
He was scathing. I mean, he was not at all happy with it. Do you think that Kirk doesn't want this world to turn into us all talking about our mental illnesses? Because clearly we all have them. And I know when Kirk took his break, your natural instinct was to just go down a rabbit hole of hearing about everyone's problems, Ned Snark and all this.
You lightened up the show. You did a good job.
Mum or dad. I mean, I'm still having nightmares about that situation.
Yeah.
But I think maybe Kirk is worried that if we start down that road, it'll never end.
Yeah, it's definitely some of it. And I think there's also an element of worrying about people doing it for fun and because they love the show and because they, want to talk about their issues or people doing it for attention. I think there's some worry there. So I listened to that and I didn't get that it was fake or forced or anything like that. But it was a little, from my perspective, it was like I'm listening to someone who I don't know. It's similar to why I didn't really like that Super Lemon Haze podcast that is trying to get on the YouTube page, because it's kind of like, okay, I'm listening to people talk about their problems, but I don't know them. I'm not relating to them at all. Exactly. So why am I listening to them?
Haven't you watched the Minna Lady show?
It's just...
I feel like
I've watched it, but I'm saying, I guess
seen those breasts enough in my dreams to anyway. Go on.
But I'm just saying the average person that listens to the Minifan show probably doesn't.
Maybe,
you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I do.
You know what I mean, guys. But
I enjoyed it, but I can see why Kirk is nervous about if things were to keep going in this direction.
Right. That too.
Right.
I don't necessarily want DEC to be doing serious interviews with people every week, because like the reason I like the Minifans show was it was him and MHB kind of fucking around and going after people and busting balls and playing way too many Jerry Sandusky clips. Like that's what I liked about that show. Not a serious, insightful. We can talk to Latino Kirk about his wife all day, but let's maybe talk about the show once in a while too.
And if I can just chime in.
Oh, please, Justin.
I think
Justin, you're on the show.
I think sometimes, thanks, John. I think that
you're welcome.
Kirk might see like the show is kind of like an escape from, because like you said, Mike, you had no idea he was going through these things. So if the show just becomes constantly just talking about Kirk's mental health, it's like, then where does he go to just have an escape?
Well, you were right, Menners. I was wrong to bring him in here. I don't know why I did that. I
Good take,
apologize.
Justin. You're right.
No, I agree with him. I agree with him. No,
I think-
No, I know what he's saying.
Who'd have thought
Yeah.
the Minahan universe would be an escape from our problems? Wow.
It really
Yeah,
is.
right.
Though.
It's
That's
all
the
of mine.
thing.
It's
That's
all
the
of
thing
mine.
is you listen to a podcast to kind of get away from your troubles. That's what's
But what
nice
if the
about it.
podcast is about your troubles? So you're just kind of like, okay,
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
They're about
exactly.
Kirk's troubles. They're
Well,
about,
yeah, they're not about yours or mine.
they're about
I've never-
Kirk's troubles.
exactly. So it's just
I
you
think
know,
that's what Kirk hated the most about it. It was just it was like a deep dive into Brandy's back life. Like, I mean, we have shows on YouTube. It doesn't mean we're important. You know, we don't,
Yeah.
no one cares
No
about
shit.
us. And that's what Kirk's trying to thanks, Menners. You care about me. You were texting me last night to sleep.
I also didn't think it's funny you brought that up because I didn't look at that as a crazy rant of his or anything. Like, I didn't think of that as ripping the podcast apart. It just seemed like he didn't really like it.
No, but I thought it was pretty harsh considering Brandy put herself out there, put
True.
herself in a vulnerable position.
Yeah,
But I
can
think we can
understand
all agree DEC is much better as a pervert than some wannabe therapist. So
Yeah,
I think
come
you should
on,
go back to being perverted.
so Mendes, so I think you're playing the gender card right here because you literally said I don't want to hear
Justin
I
coming
don't-
in with hot takes.
I don't want to hear Ned Stark talk about all of his shit, and then you're like, Brandy, well, she.
Wow. Look at this guy.
I
Excellent
think,
point,
It's not a-
Justin.
It's not a.
You give him
I
a
think
week of
I've seen
investigating.
Brandy-
This guy's a killer now.
I've seen Ned Stark's tits. So
That's true.
Not a gender
tit
card at all.
picture,
Not a gender card at all.
God damn it, I would love to.
I feel, Brandy's personality in this world, and it was good to get to know about her. So
right,
yeah,
but you
it's not a
didn't. You
gender-
yourself said you didn't like that when I did it on Mike and the Minifans when we talked about that.
No, because that was. I don't think. As I said, I don't think that's the right direction for the shows to go in.
No, but it was the
especially-
day. It was the day the guy said he was going into treatment and had suicidal thoughts. Like that makes more
Mike,
sense than
you can bring it
doing
up.
it 2 weeks later.
I think we've
I
hit.
actually
I
think
think we've
you're
hit
right,
our
Justin.
answer.
I actually
Menners
think
just likes
Justin's right.
tits. Like
Yeah, I
Menners
think
likes
Justin's
tits.
is actually right.
Okay.
Maybe he's got
Justin,
me on this one.
Excellent work.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm biased towards Brandy's great rack. You see all those photos.
boss.
Hey, she's a nice girl. We can all admire her, but let's settle down here. Let's treat her like an equal, for God's sake. You
She
perverts.
is an equal.
Have you been offended at all by the height jokes, Menners? Has that gotten to you yet?
Oh no, because I've never got a short joke before.
How tall are
in
you
my whole
actually?
life. I'm 5'4", just under 5'4".
Okay, which means you're what,
3.7.
5'2". Yeah, okay.
Probably shrinking though. Like,
Do you think that's a reason for a lot of your rage? Not to get into too much of a DEC here, but
I don't know. Are we going to get into therapy? Are we? I don't know, but I don't mind the short jokes. I think they're kind of amusing.
I do have to say, I wanted Matt on for this because I wanted his some of his thoughts. But I want to know where the fuck are the Minifans with the prank calls? It can't just be me, Tim, and Ken, and Matt doing it all month.
I think you guys are doing a great job. I mentioned this a little while back. I was like, I wish that would start start back up again, and we're seeing it start back up again. And everyone we've gotten so far is so good.
Well, I want to know
when Matt did the one about us. I thought that was one of the funniest things I've heard in a while.
Justin, find
Because
me
it
what
was about
time.
us,
Not right now, but later. Let me know what time Julie and Maggie are on tomorrow because I think that they may be getting a few calls. And what I've wanted to do
are
is,
they still on?
They're on weekend.
Yeah, have you gotten
And
through?
Julie's on. Julie's on.
But are they
network.
still on like in the quarantine and stuff? Or
They were last week.
okay,
Maggie was home broadcasting, and Julie was in the studio. I think it's an abysmal.
Have you
show.
gotten through
Jesus.
to them, Mike? Have you gotten
No,
through? Because every time
no,
I call,
but I only
don't get through.
tried. So I tried during the, the real heyday of calling Julie DeCaro. Those were the good times when everyone was trying to call. I suspect tomorrow, unless I tell every Minifan to do it with me, that I won't have a problem. I don't think they're gonna be able to get a lot of calls on a Sunday and fucking
That's true. I mean,
in the middle of the
They're
quarantine.
looking
If
at
she's
the
even doing
area
a show.
code, though. That's the thing. Is they're able?
So what I'm saying is now I don't think they're going to be doing that.
I
Like
still
2
think-
weeks ago when I called, they were, but now not as much.
still
And I
think
can call
they're,
from the old. I may have a 646 area code, New York, so I don't think they're going to be quite as.
Yeah, I have a work phone. I have a work phone and my phone. They have two different area codes. I try with both every time, but I just can't get through. I was on hold one night for like an hour, and then they just ended the show. I was like, that was so disrespectful.
So I called and said I had a Tom Brady take a couple weeks ago, and the guy was like, "Fuck you!
Yeah.
You're not calling a Chicago radio station with a Tom Brady take." Blah blah. And he hangs up on me, and I call back and I go, "Let me level with you here," and he goes, "All right," and I go, "Let me on." Say I called about something. Say I called about the Bears or whatever the fuck. But let me on to have a conversation with Julie. It's gonna be more interesting than what you're doing right now. you're not gonna get. He goes, he goes, listen, man, I hear you. I saw what she said about Kirk. I disagree with it. I think you guys are right to be pissed. My job will be in jeopardy if I let a Minifan through. And I was just like, fucking scared Entercom. Jesus Christ.
You should have told him his job's in jeopardy anyway with the way Entercom stock's going. So might as well take it.
Justin coming in with jokes and hot takes for Justin. I'm loving
Justin Stocks.
Justin's a regular now.
Jesus.
Fuck Matt from Prop. Get out of here.
See you later, Matt. Sick.
What did you guys think of the way the YouTube channel's going? It's really growing very, very quickly. Obviously, some of the shows are awful, but there's a lot of good stuff coming. No, this one's in the top half for sure.
No, I enjoy that show, Mike.
But what do you guys think of the way it's going? I thought what do you think?
I like that it's gotten more. There seem to be more ideas that aren't just this show or the Minifan show, where it's a review type show. Like not like I think what Andy's doing. Although, John, did I miss something? Or when you guys were on with Andy, it was kind of just shooting the shit, right?
No, so what it originally was supposed to be is, so I make the videos. So like I make videos with GIFs. I was going to show basically what I did with the Imagine video. I was going to break down how I do all that stuff, but we had issues trying to show this phone onto the screen.
Oh, here comes the dog.
So we kind of
your dog. What's your dog's name, Joe?
Yeah, it's Ma. I named it after my mom.
Nice.
But we had trouble.
You made a lot of money last night. You said you made a lot of money last night. You were going to show me your bank account. You said, I've made a lot of money.
Oh, I better go check it then. But no, I was supposed to show how to make those GIFs, cut the faces out. Basically what TJ Hubbard and them are doing. But it was just the technology didn't work. So then we were going to show a blooper reel of it. And even that was kind of, but I thought I think Mayo's show is good. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, like I said, so I think this is what I said to Mayo when he asked me to do it. Like the first idea of talking microphones for podcasting, all that didn't sound particularly interesting to me. I kind of knew that going in, but there are some people that would be interested in that.
So I didn't listen to that first half.
Just try it. Who gives a shit? What's the difference?
Mm-hmm. I didn't listen to that first half, and then I needed to order a microphone, and I went and listened to it. So like he's doing the right thing. If you need help, he's helping you. So I mean, granted, he had 2 shows, and one of them didn't have it. So I guess
what are the ones?
On the fence with that one.
What are the ones you've liked so far, Menners, for YouTube shows? I think my favorite might be Quantum Wink, to be quite honest.
At least it's okay if you don't want to say it in front of me, but I mean. It's fine.
Did I like the intern show?
This guy, he's okay. A charmer.
I saw your tweets last
night.
He's a different guy. This is not the guy that produces my show every week. He's a new man.
Producing is very serious.
He's liberated.
Have you seen Steve, how stressed he is when Kirk's doing the things? It's very serious. You're trying to make sure things go right, because everything gets blamed on you.
Do you have a lot going on right now?
Go back to the first Mike and the Minifans where I fuck up, and it's just like it's Justin's. Like
you probably heard about it for Justin's 2 straight weeks. Yeah.
So
you hear about it for 2 weeks.
It's also worried about you right after it ends.
Justin.
I say, hey, it's fine.
So I think that there needs to be some kind of review system where certain shows are maybe axed, because I think the Latino Kirk experiment has gone on way too long.
Life Loser Challenge.
No, I think that show
I've
needs
made
to
sure
be
to make.
axed.
I've made sure it's only once every other week rather than. Week.
I think it should be once never.
You don't like it?
No, I think Latino Kirk needs to take a break and just reassess his. Well, if there's any entertainment value to his character, I coined the nickname Boring Kirk for him going forward until he fixes that show.
He's so mean on that show. He's just like, well, that's kind of an excuse, right? You fat slob. And the person's like, I mean, I guess the quarantine kind of sucks.
Yeah, it was not the vision I had for that show.
Sometimes I'll get Wendy's and he's like, yeah, that's just an excuse. Like, I don't want to hear this shit. It's like, oh, I don't know. I mean, who am I to say?
I don't think we should start axing shows until we have like three shows a day, and then we could start picking and choosing.
You don't.
No matter what they've done, no matter what
anything I say now, I'm going to be attacked for it. But whatever.
Why get rid of anyone? I think we should all be.
You know what? I think you guys should really give us a second. But no, I think we should have we get it to a point where there's 3 or 4 shows a night, and then if we don't like one, then boom.
But the bad shows bring the other ones down. That's the problem. You know,
I don't know if that's true. Why do you say that?
Well, if you were to go onto the channel and the first thing you watch is Latino Kirk's Life Loser, you might never come back to the channel again.
The first thing, if you click on the channel, is the first thing you hear is "I'm gonna rape." So, like, if you if you have no idea what the Kirk Minahan
Did you take some
is,
Prozac before this, Justin? You are like, fucking.
He's feeling it, baby.
He's a new guy.
He's feeling
I
it.
think that's what I'm. I think that's what I'm on.
He's on the big stage. You shine a light on Justin. He illuminates. He's very good.
How good is Trash Talk? I think having MHB back has been a big improvement.
I've liked doing it a lot with MHB
good.
too. I've missed
what I
doing
realized?
that with him.
I love MHB.
Please take the floor is yours.
But he keeps looking. He always looks at other.
He's looking at his
people.
girlfriend for permission to
He's
get.
like,
He's got
looking at
terrible
his
ADD.
girl.
He's always looking
at Justin.
around.
He's completely emasculated,
Like, you know
and his
what?
girlfriend is
I have
giving him permission to
I
talk.
have no idea what's going on, and it's like he's going all over the place. It's insane.
Well,
I love him.
cocaine.
I think he's incredible.
Well, that's good. I'm glad.
He's
got
gonna
your
kill
stamp
you
of
after
approval.
saying that.
You haven't liked MHB on there, Menders, or have you?
No, I think he's really good. I'm a big MHB guy.
Do you think
I
he's
think
just pussy
obviously
whipped?
his girlfriend has taken over his life. She must have an amazing. Anyway, I'll just censor myself there.
I hear what you're saying. Well, listen, she's doing
she
great
must
things.
be-
You heard about the amount of bathrooms he has, right? Did you hear
Yes,
that? And bedrooms.
2.5.
It's nice that she's letting him do the show when a couple of times a week. So yeah, I like that. I do think though that one of my theories may have been so I always think Kirk can make anyone entertaining, but he can't make his own brothers entertaining. Like what
didn't think so?
Ryan and what's the other guy's name? The other
Adam.
brother? What?
Adam.
Ryan and Adam. I mean, that's the first thing Kirk's ever done. I've fallen asleep to.
Well, the charisma was certainly drained out of Peter Minahan's ball sack on the first go around.
Exactly.
But I mean, those guys seem funny enough. Like you can tell, little things they say are similar. There's some similarities to Kirk. But yeah, it was weird that they weren't. I mean, they're not broadcasters, so maybe maybe they were nervous. Who the fuck knows? But I think if there was more, I did enjoy the childhood stories. Like I feel like they woke up for those.
That's what I was telling. Yeah, I was saying that to you earlier, Mike. I like that show's good because you just hear them getting into like a backstory and how funny it is. Like I like that shit. It's good to see.
I think I was asleep by then.
I like that show.
And then you know what I like about that. About Kirk doing shows on YouTube now is that's the only thing on the channel that will drive people to it that aren't already there, essentially. You know, like me doing this, or even me doing anything, or the Mincel show or the Lady Minifans or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The people that are on there now are going to watch that. But if I'm on YouTube watching old episodes of Artie Lang's podcast or old O&A clips or whatever, and I see the Kirk Minahan show come up, I'm not going to watch the Lady Minifans necessarily if I've never heard of it. Kirk being on there talking to his brothers, that episode could hold up no matter where you're coming from. No matter what your suggestions are on YouTube. So I hope he keeps doing more.
Some people.
I will say, with Kirk and his brothers, it really brought. Like,
go on, Justin. We were waiting.
Please.
It really shines a light of how good Kirk is because you can tell his brothers do like. Let's say Mike had a podcast with Warthog and someone else that no one's ever heard of. They give little subtle hints of like inside jokes, like, "Oh yeah, remember Linda from down the street," and like everyone else laughs, but Kirk will like get into the story, and he'll be like, "Oh," he'll like explain the story, and it really showed itself. I think.
I guess. Yeah, sure. I don't really know what you mean by that. You mean they're there to like remind him of certain things?
Kirk's not happy with me.
If you get any three or four guy friends and you put them in a podcast together, they're going to think it's the funniest thing ever because all it is a bunch of inside jokes and a bunch of things that other people wouldn't get.
Yeah.
But so Kirk kind of like is like, okay, well, we're going to talk about why this joke is funny. We're going to talk about why why him, doing the Buffalo Bill thing is funny. Because if they were just like, hey, Kirk, remember Buffalo Bill?
Justin, can you exit yourself from this?
No. I want him to give a few more thoughts on Kirk. I'd like this and his entire family.
Quantum Week, Chris.
I wonder if that fuckhead Steve is walking his new dog right now.
Do you think he got the
don't
dog?
go
Was that
after
another?
the
Do you think that was another lie? Another rule? A clever
it's already a parody hound, so it lives now. I mean, it's born. So
why would he lie about buying a dog?
Why would he lie about anything, man? You're the guy that's supposed to ask these questions. I don't know.
Well, that's true.
What happened to you?
It must be
What have you become?
It must be some sort of ulterior motive for getting this dog, though. Perhaps if meat,
that makes
if meat supplies get really bad, he could butcher the dog. I mean, he's displayed in the past. He's no problem slicing an animal's throat, draining the blood out, and butchering the dog. Can you imagine?
You can see that in cartoon version.
I can imagine Steve being a really cruel dog owner and then saying the whole time, "I'm doing it for the dog's good."
Oh, you think he's going to be a brutal trainer?
That's it.
That's very possible.
Noba.
What a terrible name.
What a terrible person.
I don't know if I agree with that, but
but he does seem rattled. This week has sort of seems a little bit.
I think the opposite. I think there's an element of what Steve's doing where I kind of look at that and say I need to be doing more of that. Where he's digging his heels, and where I don't know if he fully believes it to the extent that he's going. We're literally calling Kirk an idiot about this coronavirus stuff.
Like
but I think he's been good on it.
Yeah.
You don't agree?
No, he just seems a bit rattled. And, he's been turning on the Minifans. He's been talking about going over and robbing all the Minifans with his firearms.
That gets a little much, yeah.
That was a crazy move.
And he does keep saying
that. It made me rethink of having a gun.
He keeps saying that I'm going to be his first stop because I'm an easy target, but what's he going to take? There's this air conditioner behind me.
He just wants to get rid of you.
Congratulations. You want to get rid of me, Minute?
You said you would never say what that was.
Oh, did I say that? Well, the cat's out of the bag.
Yeah,
you said that.
Air conditioner, bro.
Yeah.
Well, the big mystery is over. I'm sorry, folks. All the loyal
someone on Twitter is so happy right now.
What do you guys think? Say this lasts to August or months down the line. Do you guys think the show will have any trouble coming up with stuff to talk about? Because I think this week's been very good. But if there's nothing in the news, what do you do in 2-3 months? I really wondered that about other shows.
Are you
more.
Kidding?
But
this is going to sustain itself for years.
Yeah.
I mean, there's lots of people like me that are going to be stuck at home with nothing to do but get in these insane arguments with people in the miniverse. I think this podcast can sustain itself for a long, long time.
Yeah. I guess I really wonder more about the Pardon My Takes the world, not even them so much, but anyone that's centered around sports or centered around news. Like, what do they do in fucking July when there's been no news?
Have you seen how Barstool has been reacting to this? Basically, I mean, they're virtually all doing stuff from home. Yeah,
I've seen a lot of brackets and a lot of stuff from home.
I don't want to say the bracket idea was, a spark.
Well, you guys are very innovative,
it, but whatever.
I know it's crazy. This time of year, it's just like. The Mincels are
it's not. Why would you ever think of that?
Yeah, you said it, man. This time of year,
but
no,
I think it's funny to see. It's funny to see what's it called, like Marty Mush and those guys who are just gambling content. They're just going insane. They're going like Brandon Walker.
It's funny to see them gamble on the stock market or gamble on whatever the fuck they were doing with ping pong balls and Madden.
Yeah,
and all
they're watching old games.
That's funny, but again, is it funny in September? How long is it funny where you eventually you got to say, like, what the fuck do we do? Like, that's got to be tough I'm not even shitting on them. That's just got to be tough. I don't think I could do it.
Yeah, and they're
I'm not doing it now. So.
Our plan for my
they're like
cricket,
ESPN.
Our plan for the cricket podcast is we're going to do more interviews and delve into people's backstories a bit more and take a different approach.
We'll go give everyone give Menners a 5-star rating on his podcast because I'm joking aside, that was shitty what everyone did. So go find Menners. What's the name of it, Menners?
Cricket Unfiltered.
Go give Cricket Unfiltered a 5-star review. Don't listen to it. It's got to be
it's really
ungodly.
Really boring.
If I want to listen to it with like my little brother, is there like a Cricket filtered?
There it is.
The kids got the goods, baby. He's got a future in broadcast.
Mike, do you know what I'm worried about the most with this whole coronavirus thing?
Please tell me.
With you, I'm worried that you do not have the capabilities to do if they give the orders to stay in your house.
Yeah.
That you won't be able to do the podcast with Steve and Mike. Kirk.
Stephen Kirk. It's gonna be tough.
I'm legitimately concerned.
Well, you know what? So, Justin, the problem you and I had the first day has been solved. That was on I just did the software was fucked up on my computer. So that's been solved. So I think I'll be all right.
Like, do you have a new enough computer that it would run well? Like
brand new computer. Brand spanking new. Well, that's
Good,
what we're running on now. So
It's really easy to do to integrate Mike into the podcast with that deck that Steve's got. It's really easy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's really, what are you missing? Me throwing in a few hums and
no, but it's really easy to get you on the podcast. They can just call you, and it's easy.
Yeah, easy
well, like just don't like. I'm just worried that like don't give people an excuse to be like, well, just Mike's just not on the podcast anymore.
Oh, thanks, Justin.
I'm dead serious. It's like
it's good that Mike's mentor is his intern. It's like, for fuck's sake.
I don't love this. We're getting a little too confident.
Justin, what do you think I should do with my cafe during the coronavirus? What's your advice?
I think you should change the name because get rid of all those old reviews is what I think you should do. Reopen.
And Justin, just to clarify, your advice to me is show up to the podcast that I work for.
Is make sure you have a way to figure out if you have to stay at your house. You need to show up for your podcast.
I appreciate that. It's very sound advice. I like it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Justin is regulating today. I like it. Justin, you said we go. Guys, do we want to take calls or do we want to close up here?
We should take calls. Definitely take calls.
All right, Justin, what's the number if we do?
Okay, well, give me a second.
While we're waiting for Justin to get his shit together.
Very snippy with you. Like, give me a second. I got a lot to do back here.
I know
Sopranos,
it's like a breaking point.
What's that, Manners? I'm sorry.
Menor wants to speak.
No, I was just. What were you going to say, shithead from Scranton?
When did you guys start like being able to do this calls thing? Because it's working very well, I think.
When Kirk was out, I just asked Justin if we could do it, and he just got a Google Voice number or whatever. And so then after that, Steve figured out a way to like screen call, like you just buy the.
Oh yeah, screens thing is much more complicated than what I do.
And it's expensive, I guess. It's a real pain in the ass. So we're gonna.
Yeah, I didn't know if you had to pay for the system. Like it's and like I said, it's working pretty good. I like it.
Great.
Do you approve? No, just what I was going to say was,
thank you, Manners.
Kirk, said everyone should rewatch The Sopranos. I think earlier this week, and I have to say that is stellar advice. I think if the whole sort of miniverse were to start going back and rewatching it, it would give us a lot to talk about. Yeah. I rewatched the whole thing. I think last year, maybe.
The numbers on the screen.
The Blu-ray box. It doesn't age. It's one of those shows that you can still watch. So I would do it.
Oh, it's so good.
Even if you don't want to rewatch the whole thing, like if you've already seen it, sit down and watch any episode. Like you can watch any episode of The Sopranos, not in order, and it's still hilarious, and interesting, and but I did watch. Me and the lady watched the first like episode and a half of that show that Steve was talking about, The Boys.
I think this bear brought in the coronavirus to Australia. This arrived a few weeks ago in Australia by a Minifan. I think this is where the.
Can you guys hear that?
Coronavirus.
Yeah, I can hear it. Go ahead and answer, Justin. Will they be able to hear us? Is the only thing. Hello, you're on the show.
Oh shit! I just realized they might not. Let me see. Fuck.
Well, I think we figured it out. They can't.
Hey, this is
you
Phil.
see, he became
Phil,
a star. And
welcome to the show.
He's an art Phil. Phil, we were talking.
Hello.
Phil the Minifan.
This is Phil.
Yeah.
Have you got anything to say?
What's up?
Nothing. I just wanted to call and see, what's going on. Say hi. I've never been on the show before.
It's not the Phil from the Minso.
Hey, Phil. Yeah, that's my Phil.
From the Minso show.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, what's going on, man?
Hey.
Are you guilty? Just lay cards on the table, as they say. What's the deal?
No, I am not guilty. I want to make that clear. And I found Steve saying that I look the most suspicious, very offensive.
Not a good look.
Well, I'll tell you.
I don't know. There's no way for me to prove myself as fully innocent, but anyone who knows me, especially from the Discord, would be able to vouch for my innocence, I guess.
Well, Phil, I'll tell you, my problem is it's actually from the Discord. Is people telling me that you're on there talking about views and we have more views than this show that show.
Yeah, but Justin laid out all the screenshots to me. Half of them aren't even about our show. They're not even about the views thing. They're about like Brad making a bet about getting us enough views for him to come back or something.
Okay.
I have an explanation for each of the screenshots. I just want, it might be helpful for them to be publicly posted before painting them out to be as like vindicative evidence. You know what I mean?
Vindicative? Is that a new word?
Don't mean anything.
But before you said vindicative, I was about to say, why do you sound much more coherent and interesting on this show than you do on your own show?
I was just gonna say he's amazing right
He
now.
sounds
What
great
is this
right
show
now.
doing to everybody?
I'm on a heater. Steve's calling me the most.
He's on a heater.
Really pissed me off, so I'm out here.
Not a good
Phil,
look.
start
Yeah.
calling into your own show.
I've been
'cause you're
calling
more-
him Phil the Dragon.
Yeah,
All right, Phil. Thank you for calling.
pretty funny. Yeah, no problem.
Thank you, Phil.
All right, buddy. See, I like Phil. Phil sounds good now. But on
No,
your show,
Phil's
never-
like the best guy in the world.
Phil, just send that evidence
Yeah.
across to me, please.
I assume
for
Justin
review.
spoke to him. And
I've
his,
I've gone over everything. I mean,
Justin,
Well,
do
when are you going
think
to send it to me? How long does it take you to send an email?
Answer this call. Worry about answering this call.
Choke on your own fucking beard.
Hello,
Hello, caller.
Hello. Hello.
hello, Michael.
What's up?
Michael, it's Mayo.
Ah, Mr. Mayo, what's going on?
Hang up on him.
Mayo.
Hey guys,
Oh, no.
Hey.
Give him-
I can't put my finger on it, but at a certain very distinct point tonight, the show suddenly became fun and funny again.
You don't say.
It's been tremendous, and I don't know. I'll go back and review the tape. So listen, I got a question for Menners, but for the whole group, I want to know if Menners thinks that Matt from Providence is an appropriate co-host, and whether he adds or takes away from the show every week. I'll hang up and listen. Thank you.
oh, why do you have to say that at the end there?
Interesting.
Why does he have
Mayo.
like? I
Menners
know
go,
we're on
Menners
YouTube,
go on. Go ahead.
but can you not drop the C bomb like while we're
What
on
do you think,
YouTube?
son? That's fine.
Why? It's a fucking anyway. The C bomb I've used on the YouTube channel before,
didn't say that.
Justin, many times. You cunt.
Just Mayo. Come
You
on.
fucking cunt. To answer your question, I do not think Matt is an appropriate co-host for Mike. My preferred method is Mike by himself with two guests and maybe some fat blob in the corner, Justin, dropping in. But I
like
think that is
Justin,
the
on this
best
show.
combination. I don't know why Matt's on almost every week.
I don't know, he kind of
He's
just
a bit of a
he's a reliable guy. He usually brought some energy. I like
he's
that.
reliable like a drip in a faucet. That's what.
Well, now he's not
Someone's-
reliable. He just leaves in the middle of the show.
Someone's currently on the. phone
Hello,
too.
caller.
Hey,
What's
Mikey.
up? What's up?
Tim and Canton, I got a quick question for Menace.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Hey, Menace, Fit Income, you doing pickup only at your place, and what's the most popular item that people are grabbing?
This is a fascinating question for the viewers. But yeah,
Well,
we're still
Menace,
doing takeaway, Uber Eats, Deliveroo.
I'm going to use it for a prank call lady and knucklehead, so just answer the question.
Okay. The most popular thing is probably the Two Good Eggs breakfast. Two Good Eggs big breakfast.
Ooh.
Bacon, eggs,
fantastic.
hash
Tim,
browns,
Tim, do you
mushrooms,
just call
sourdough
people
toast.
all day? Do you just
poached
dial
eggs.
numbers and hope someone answers?
A little bit.
Or the breakfast burger.
A little bit. For the
And
breakfast
just
burger.
naming items on his menu, for Christ's sake.
He
All right,
are,
Tim, anything
man.
else, buddy?
Hello.
Hello.
He's gone.
I think he's off.
Always a pleasure to hear from Tim from Cape. Boy, we got Andy, Tim, and
Yeah.
Phil. What a star-studded group of calls. Watching
Unbelievable.
the fans here.
I thought it was funny he went to McLean for the Imagine video. That was
That was
funny.
very good. Yeah, that's a dedication that Tim has. And Jesus, he's cranking out the
Yeah.
prank calls like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Unlike some other people. Minifans. Start making some calls, for
Minifans.
Christ's sake, you know? Justin, we get any more or no? No, Justin can't speak. The one time I want him to. Justin.
Yeah, look at his face, frozen. He looks so
Electric.
cute.
How long on Friday's show, Mike, did it take you to work out that was Big Cat on the phone? Took me ages.
that
Took
was
me
kinda funny.
a long time.
Yeah, me too.
I could tell Kirk obviously noticed earlier than me, but he said something he said, I could just tell it was his voice. But
Yeah, that's good that those guys are doing that stuff too, like calling into you guys. Like I love that about Big Cat and KFC. Like I love that. Are you getting Portnoy on at any point?
that's what Kirk said he'll be on this week, I guess, at some time. I mean,
Nice,
who knows?
nice.
He could be dead by then, but
Ready to be insulted by that guy again, Mike?
it'll be fun, I'm sure. Although he's softer on me on the phone for whatever reason, he's nicer to me. I don't know why that is.
Yeah.
What did you guys, so that was an argument. Steve said that if Portnoy dies like today, Kirk gets no credit for that. I think he absolutely. That's an insane prediction.
Definitely.
I think
you're that close.
it's an insane prediction, but to be like I would give it like a 5 ± 5 buffer, and you get to be dead right. If you like, I would like you got it on the day, but if he died now, Kirk was right. That's that.
Of course,
you know, it's
that,
just
that,
you didn't get it dead right.
Mike, I'm back.
Justin, thank
Oh,
God.
and we can continue the show.
We
were just waiting for you.
Are we still getting calls, Justin, or no?
I'm just gonna have to reset that up in 2 seconds.
Is it? But the question is it worth it? Is the juice worth the squeeze here?
Well, I mean, look at the star-studded cast we had so far.
That's true. They've been good so far. So all right, I'll cut it off at the next bad one, I guess.
Okay. Just while we're waiting, quickly about last Mike and the Minifans with the DD Lauren Lynn thing. I thought the take of DD to say Lauren was jealous of her because DD got some attention. I thought it was way off the mark. I don't think Lauren's a clout chaser at all. I think she's the sort of demure, cool, sort of first lady the world needs.
And it even took, I remember when I was trying to get people to do the first episode of this show, Lauren was like, no, like I don't really know if I want to do that. So she doesn't seem like the clout chasing type.
Exactly.
That seemed like, looking back at it, it seemed like DD, I would say that it wasn't Lauren she was mad at. It seemed like there might have been a lot going on in her life maybe, and Lauren was the victim of a lot of that. Is there a call on the line?
It's sad that we lost those two. Okay.
What's up, caller?
Makes you think who else we might lose.
Hey, Mike.
Hey.
That's true, Justin.
You got me?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Nothing much. Hey, I was next to you and up in Madawaska, up in the Acadia next door.
Well, lovely to hear from you. What's up?
Yeah, well, we had a great time. I was with the gentleman that ate something provocative up at Big Rick's and decided to act like Benicio del Toro during Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas all night.
Okay, very good.
I'm sure you remember.
Oh, I remember everything. I was very lucid, of course. What's up, man?
Nothing much. Just watching the show, having a good time. You guys having a great show. But I just wanted to ask, how come no one ever asked why Justin the intern looks exactly like Scalabrini?
I was like Scalabrini. Yeah, Scalabrini weighs 350 pounds.
I think so. Yeah. When I saw him, I'm like, holy shit, he's got.
I look nothing like Scalabrini
in his hotel room.
No, I think you're going by hair color and nothing else. I think you're.
I
look nothing like Scalabrini.
No, it's a good time. Hey, love the show, guys. Keep it rocking, Menners.
Thank you.
All right, brother. You can't in Australia, mate.
G'day. G'day.
Good day.
G'day, mate.
All right, man. Thanks.
Later.
G'day. The beach is closed.
When I say goodbye, you can just hang up on them. We don't need their response. Usually. Well, we've as Kramer would say, we've officially bottomed out here. Let's try one more call and see how it goes. Hello.
All aboard.
Choo choo.
Hey guys,
Welcome to Manners and the Minifans.
Long time.
What's going on?
Not much. I just want to give a shout out to the Discord voice chat late night.
Is this Cameo Blind Mike?
Sometimes, or I should call him Joe.
Someone told me to join that. I don't know if I would be able to
it's
figure it out.
It's the best.
Maybe I should do it sometime.
It is fun.
It would be easier for me,
Mike.
right?
Is this Cameo Blind Mike?
Baby?
Is this Cameo Blind Mike? Justin wants to know.
It is, sir.
People have been saying that you have corona.
Do you have the virus?
Yeah, I heard he had coronavirus.
Okay, so I work in a retail pharmacy. I have people coughing on me all day. Last week, I had a fever and a sore throat. And for about 12 hours, that's all it was. I went to sleep. I woke up. I was fine, but it's got to be. Didn't get tested. I mean, there was no kits around or anything, but
you would be the first Minifan on record to have the virus. Steve will be very excited if there's something in that world.
Sure. I'd be happy to come to the office and just lick his microphone or play with his mouse, whatever.
That'd be great. Manners would love that. All right, Cameo Blind Mike. Is that it? Anything else?
Yeah, that's it, boys. Love the show.
All right, man. Stay healthy. All right, guys. Anything else before we get out of here? I think that's enough.
Yeah, I think that's been a good show. I spoke to Kirk for the first time this week, which was quite.
Was that very exciting for you on the movie show? Right?
He DM'd me back too.
It was pretty. I would say it was exciting. Yeah, it was. I've never spoken to the guy at all. Never even spoken to Steve before. So yeah, it was good.
Yeah, what did he DM you? It makes your heart beat.
Answer the question, Scranton.
What did he DM you?
What did he DM you about?
Oh well, no. I remember for the Flick Your Bean at 9:15, I DM'd you, Steve, and Kirk about that the name. And he was like, sorry, we didn't get to it. That's all he DM'd me back. Like,
Well,
I was so afraid to even I was so
get.
afraid to even send that to him. I started it off by saying, I know you hate this, and I'm sorry, but I can't pass this name up. It's
I say I know you hate this.
that's the first thing. That's the first. I will never DM again.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming on and not bailing because you have a headache. I appreciate that. And Justin,
Yeah,
actually stepping up in Matt's
good
absence.
job. Yeah.
Oh,
good job.
Thank you. This is like the first human interaction I've had in a while. It's nice.
Oh yeah. So do you think
You're
you're
the star of this show, Justin?
definitely going to get it?
Oh, I think I'm totally going. I'm 100%. I'm convinced I'm going to get it. I just
Joe's
don't want
got
other
it.
people to get it because of me.
Well, we
Look at
appreciate
Joe. He's got it for sure.
Well, hey, someday
I
we
do.
all will,
I
gang,
do.
and then we'll ride this. Until then, as my friend Kenny Rogers would say, the best you can hope for is that you die in your sleep. And I'll leave you with that message. Goodbye, guys.
Thank you.
See you, losers.
Thanks, boys.
Another tough day at work today. Steve and Kirk think I suck. Throw back a few wobbly pops, feeling down on my luck. And the interns ruin every show. But it's still where we want to go. It's Mike and the Minifans. 'Cause nobody had any better plans. You wanna be with DC and our aim in a hand. The host can't see it's Mike and the Minifans. And nobody's seen real MHB. This whole thing is a sham. You never see him pee, it's Mike and the Minifans.